Well, hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever it is. Good midday. I don't know what to say. Anyway, how you doing? Anyway, so here we are. Van Life with Minister Mary once again. I have my lovely chandeliers above my head. So as you can see, I have my one little lantern. Let me turn the other one on and see how that does for lighting. And, oh, and then there was light. Anyway, that looks better, huh? You don't see it too much up front, fortunately, because I have my curtains here, my Eclipse, you know, the ones that are supposed to be the room darkening ones. So I have it a little bit, but I don't have it fully closed because Lola's on the front seat having some snacks. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is I just finished I have a mark on the, that's interesting. There's a mark on the video. Anyway, they're marking me. Anyway, I don't know what that little mark is. Maybe it's the way the light's shining. But at any rate, I want to tell you I just finished eating. So I was going to bring you along on my eating journey, but I had a phone call that I had to take, so I took that. And all I did tonight was something simple. I decided to throw out those macaroni and cheese dumpling things that I talked about yesterday. Like I said, they're not horrible. It's not something I'd be like, oh yay, I want to get them again, you know. So I needed room in the refrigerator or something had to go, and I was like, no, this was gonna go. So I didn't like the bacon in it, like I said, and it was kind of salty. So anyways, you know, I got a grocery outlet, so sometimes grocery outlet has kind of the odds and ends things, and I felt like that's what that was. What I did is I went over to Wally Mart today, and Wally World, as they say, and I used my mini. Now, I had people ask me about cooking in here. They said, well, we see you're doing some cooking things in there. What do you use? Okay, so we're not grilling outside. We're not pulling stuff out, putting it next to the van, and setting up camp in the in a Target parking lot or Walmart parking lot or anywhere else for that matter. So what I'm doing is I have my Jackery 1000 is sitting here on my counter. It's a desk. It's, you know, white desk, but it's like a counter for me. And it only used 4% of the power. So what did I use to heat my food? So I bought a can of spinach because I like spinach. And it's not fresh, I get it, but, you know, better than nothing for vegetables. I had a taste for spinach. So I put that in this. So let me show you what it is. So it's called My Mini. I'm going to actually hold up the box. Noodle cooker and skillet. Non-stick, 260 watts. And it is a 5-inch skillet. All right, so it looks like these are the parts. So this part, now this bottom part here, you can actually cook in there. It's, you know, it's got a, well, you know, about that much. Anyway, so you can cook in that one, and then you can also cook in this one. So technically, just like I show you over here, so technically you could be cooking something in here, finish it off, set it on the side, and go cook something in there. I didn't do that. I bought a can of spinach, and I bought a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli. Just like a little kid. So anyway, I had my beef ravioli, but I used this. Yeah, the crazy people are out again tonight. I used this. And so I cooked the spinach. I put what I wanted in here, heated it up, steam coming out, you know, nice and hot. Put that on the side, and then right away opened up the can of ravioli and put what I want, not the whole can, but put what I wanted in there and cooked that as well. And I cooked that right after the spinach. So I didn't like clean up like anything. It still had the spinach with it. I didn't care because, you know, that's fine with me. I did not use a lid. You can, of course, but I just left them open, cooked, and ate. But that's what it is. It's called My Mini. Again, noodle cooker and skillet. Now, this is what you got to watch. It says 260 watts. That's what you're looking at. 260 watts. All right, my Jackery is 1,000 watt Jackery. So would 260 watts work? Of course, because it's smaller than the 1,000. So that's why I do the My Minis. I don't want a full-size skillet. I have no desire to have a full-size skillet. I think I have the one burner that was given to me a while ago, and I love it. And I thought it'd be so cool to have it in here. But I think the wattage on it was pretty high, and almost to where it would have maybe used up, you know, the 1,000. So I'm like, I have two 1,000s, Jackery 1,000s in here. Now, if I want to get another 500 and I put that in here, it may be that then I just use these for that, and use one maybe just for the nighttime, you know, the cooking with one, and maybe the 500 for something like charge the phone, charge this, charge that. And then you can decide, okay, maybe that one burner that has like 450 watts or 550 watts, maybe it's worth it. Depends how long you're going to run it. So My Mini, this thing heats up so fast. Within like 10 minutes, you've got everything heated up, done. Throw it in your plate, call it a day. So this does run very well. It cools off in about 20 minutes, I would say. It might still be, the bottom might still be a little bit warm, but the top thing, like that, it's done. And then you just clean it up. So I love the My Minis. I have a My Mini skillet, an actual skillet. That's where I'll make my eggs. I've talked about that before. And I have a My Mini toaster. So I'll take my one slice of toast, make my 2 eggs in there, call it a day, eat a banana, there's breakfast, okay? Lunch, I made you the PB&J, the Crustables, get a pre-made salad already, so something small like that. And because a lot of times I'm running, so like today I didn't even eat lunch. I had a very late breakfast, which wasn't until around almost 12:30, almost 1 o'clock, so I went over to Denny's because it was just easier. And I didn't feel like cooking because I knew after that I had more running to do. I had to, you know, grab some stuff at the grocery store. From there, I had to get my guitar, which I got that in the morning actually, and plugged in my Jackeries at work, got my guitar that was already in here, but I had to go back to get the Jackeries unplugged at work because I'd already been in there for 3 hours. They're charged, you know, fully charged by then, because they needed the rooms. I mean, I can't, my work is kind enough. Capella Music, thank you, here in Bonnie Lake, just saying, that's where I do work, so don't come looking for me. But, I have people in high places over here now. But at any rate, we all stick together over there pretty much. But the thing of it is, they said, well, go ahead and, you know, go ahead and plug in your, because I had nowhere else to go. And you're not going to walk into Starbucks with a 23-pound Jackery with a big orange cord. That's one of those big fat cords, you know, that's like that big around. And, you know, it looks like one used on a lawnmower. And only it's a shorter version. And you're not going to walk in and go, hey, I'm going to go plug in my Jackery. Can I sit here for 3 hours? You know, that's not how that goes. So if you have somebody, a friend that will let you do it, great. For me, I don't do it when I'm driving, and I don't even know if you can. So what I do is I just go at work and say, can I do this? Now this will last me, today's Thursday, last Friday, Thursday, all night tonight. It'll last tomorrow during the day. It'll last Friday night. I'll see what it gets to be. If I want to wait one more day and then maybe plug it in somewhere, or I will, if it says 50%, well, I can, you know, I'll be fine if it's 50%, but I still may want to just charge it up to 100 so that, you know, for the weekend. And we're going to be closed next week for Thanksgiving. So now I have access to the studio. They're kind enough to, they know what I'm doing. So my work is kind enough to say, okay, if you need to, you know, like come in here for a few minutes, we don't mind. Just don't take advantage, you know, like you don't like go living in there. So that's not the point of it, right? So, but anyway, My Mini is what you're going to do, is what you're going to use if you're going to have a Jackery. So this will work because, like I said, it's 260 watts. Would it work on the Jackery 500? Yeah, because it's 260 is less than, here's our math skills, right? Is less than 500. So it's going to work. So no problem there. Your toaster is like, you know, push the button in like 2 minutes, boink, you know. So it uses what, like 2%? So you're not going to have any problem with the toaster. I think I used a toaster on the 500 before. You probably could use it on the 300. I still have my 300, but I very rarely pull it out because I really don't have to. What I should do probably is pull it out to charge my phone, my watch, and then just keep the big things. And I may choose to do that. But right now, I'm still reconfiguring, you know, so I've got things kind of the way I want them, but I'm seeing room for improvement. And, you know, when you sit there long enough and you go, I wonder, you know, and then you change things around. Currently, I really don't have anywhere to sit because on the piano bench behind me, I have the dog's new clothes because I didn't put them in the back. I have a whole place in the back to put her stuff. I didn't go back there yet and hang them up. And I may not want to because there's some of them I want to use right away. I'm trying them out. I've decided the sweater wasn't the smartest thing to buy because she won't keep it on. I gave it to her for nighttime. I thought she could sleep with it, you know, keep her body warm. And 2 hours after it was on, it was off. So she doesn't, you know, so sweaters don't work. I have a little jacket for her, but it's too small. So that she outgrew. I have another red jacket I just bought her that fits. But out of all of them that I bought, I should have done what I wanted to do in the first place, which was buy the one that has a zipper. It's like a vest, almost like the vest that I wear, like this, right? But the zipper part is on her back. So let's say we turn this around. So her front feet go in the little holes, right? So if I'm her, here, demo time. So if I'm Lola, so it, you know, you're going to have it, it's going to look like that. So you're going to have this thing in front of you that looks like this. Of course, you know, doggy size. And they put the one paw in the one paw in the other hole. Where's the hole? Oh, good heavens. I do even do that with the dog. So now I put it on backwards on myself so you can see. So like this part is on her chest. It's on her tummy and on her chest. You bring it around, and then now you can't see the back, and I'm not going to try to turn around because the weight of the pockets is kind of choking me. But you're going to take the zipper that's in the back, and you zip it up on her back. Well, here's the good news, is what is on the thing, the way they sewed it, so smart, is like instead of having the harness separately, the harness straps are sewn right on the jacket. So that one is, and I'm not going to take it off for you to see. She's been kind of a little monster tonight. So when you zip it up, then down the middle, like say about here, like I'm pretending it's doggy size. So like just a little ways down is two round things like you would have on a harness. And you just clip those two together with your leash, and she doesn't have to wear a separate harness. It's all in one. I saw an ad for it just recently. I think it was on Facebook, and I thought, that's that one they have over at the store over here. Let me go back and look at it. So for like 20 bucks, I bought it. And I'm not sorry I did. So we match now. It's quilted like this. So actually, she and I will match. So it was so much easier. And I was happy with it. So I like that. So when you want to eat, my mini toaster, my mini noodle, what does it say again? Noodle cooker and skillet. I have a my mini rice cooker. I don't use it because I don't eat a lot of rice. But remember, you know that pot that holds the rice? Worst case scenario, you can boil water in that. So you make soup in that. But see, I've got so many of my minis that I don't I don't pull it out that much. This one is my favorite, along with the skillet itself and the toaster. Those are my go-tos. Like I said, I do have the rice cooker, and I think that's it. For those of you who have kids and want to make Mickey Mouse waffles, or now they have them now, Stitch waffles, you know, the little form of it, you can buy the My Mini waffle maker. Now before I do that, I'm gonna go over to the store and get me some Eggo waffles and pop them in my toaster and call it a day. But I would not, I'm just not gonna do the batter and all, mix it all up and throw it in there. It looks like Mickey Mouse. I don't care. So, you know, for me, it doesn't matter. So that's how it works for me. If you have kids and you want to do that, go for it. Again, look at the wattage. They even had a My Mini, think Mary, toaster oven. Target has a My Mini toaster oven. The wattage is kind of high though. So if you had, say you had a Jackery 2000, which is a much bigger unit than what I have here, you could easily, you know, you do that. And then you'd have a toaster oven. This way you don't have any propane, no tanks, no this, no that. Just charge them. Jackery has made it in such a way that it charges quickly. Now the older versions of the Jackeries, like the 300, it takes me 4 days to charge that whole thing. I am not happy with that. What are we growling at? No. There's nobody. Is there somebody next to us? Hold on. My watchdog is growling. What's the matter? Let me see. No, we're okay. There's nobody there. Don't scare me like that. I see in the shadow, it's just a tree. I will park by the tree, but I'm like, is that a shadow from the tree or is that a shadow from a person? It's just a weird night tonight. So when it gets to be, I'm running the vehicle and it is now back up to 60 degrees in here. It's going to drop down to 37. So I am definitely tonight putting in 3 cans of the canned heat. So, Jackery 1000 here. There's a Jackery 1000 on my floor. I normally keep it behind me here, and I will move things around. Look, if you're in a van, you're in a van. It's only so big. Now, if you have it built out, and you have a cupboard here that has, you know, 3 drawers, you have a shelf, you know, and then another shelf, right? You can take everything that I have out right now on top, and it would all be inside. You have plenty of room. Lola, what? You did this the last video. We're not doing it again. Behave yourself. I'm using more gas because I'm running my vehicle, but I want to get it warm. I know exactly where I want to park tonight. I have 2 places in mind. And if I go to the one and I'm like, then I'm going to go to the other one. I went to one last night. The street was quiet. I was so happy until morning. Then everything went through that street. Vroom, 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 vroom. I thought it was on a freeway. And then, of course, kids have to go to school. And it's residential, right? I got to see what she's barking at. Give me like a second. I will be back. We're going to talk about 2 more things and we're going to get off of here. What? Okay, you're going to hear me kind of holler at her. What now? Do you want to be on the video? Well, then come here. Come on. Come on, let's go show everybody. What'd you do? Knock everything down as usual. Okay, you want to go see everybody? Is that what's bothering you? Oh my goodness. Okay, come here. Let's go show everybody your new jacket and how cute you are. Oh, good heavens to Betsy. That's what she would... By the way, who's Betsy? You know, we say heavens to Betsy. I don't know who Betsy is. Anyway, that was the one I was trying to think of last night. Or we'll say, geez Louise. Who's Louise? And then we'll say, yes, sirree, Bob. Who's Bob? I don't know. Do you know? Anyway, so here I'm going to go ahead and pick up my dog who just spilled her water. Oh my gosh. Okay. You're gonna go see the peoples? There you are. Whoop, sorry. That was all but too rough. Sorry. So that's her little jacket. See, we match. We're matching jackets, Lola. Oh, your eyes are glowing. I know. It's okay, baby. It's okay. You want to get back on the bed, huh? Now, I'm kind of far away from the bed because of this Jackery down here. I'm going to see if she's going to give me a minute. You might see me. This might be one of those things where Miss Mary falls down. Here, jump. Well, jump as best you can. Anyway, I survived. Go over there. Go on. Go over there. Go lay down. Oh, what did you do? Was you tangled up in your thing again? Lola, get over there. Go. Atta girl. Go lay down. Atta girl. Thank you. That's what she wanted the whole time. Why didn't one of you tell me that? No. She just, no, you're going to stay there now. We're not going anywhere right now. You have to wait, okay? Sit down. I don't think so. So, that's what she wanted to do. She wanted you guys to see her. Do you want to see the people one more time? Okay, stay there. I'm going to, instead of me picking her up, how about I bring the phone to her? Yeah. And my bed's a little messy because I have to take things off of here. Are you there? Let's see. Are you in that? Oh, there you are. You're in the picture. Aren't you cute? You want to say hello to everybody? You want to say hi? Look, you're adorable. You're so adorable. Oh my goodness. Yes, you're so adorable. Okay, stay there. So she keeps inching her way over further and further. I gave her treats. I fed her. She's had water. She's walked. She's done everything she could possibly do. So she's fine. But it's just, I don't know. That's her thing right now. No. Get over there. Get off my pillow. Thank you. Perfect. Good girl. Anyway, don't you even. You know, you tell her she's going to get up, she's trying to doing it again. Just like a child, I tell you, lordy, lordy. Lord Jesus, help me with this dog tonight. Anyway, it is getting warmer in here, which it's not perfect, but it's getting better. Okay, that was a person with a car with loud music. I'm like, they flew through here and it made a weird noise. Anyway, so what I'm going to do tonight is definitely have my 3 cans. That's what I was going to tell you about. This is important for y'all because even if you're in a house, you know, I see reflection on here. I wonder if it's coming off of here. Let me. Is it that one? Like I see the 3 dots. Is it this one? Let me see if it goes away. Haha, that was it. It went away. Now I'm in the dark. Hold on. So this is my chandeliers. All right. Now I shall go to my light switch, as you can see over here. Watch it go touch it, fall off the wall. Ta-da! Oh, that's even better yet, huh? So I'm trying to even out the light. I'm at it anyway, so now I got another glare, don't I? Let me just come up here. So here's what's important, canned heat. So if you're in an environment where, say you lose your power, and now you can do the whole Crisco, the lard can, make a candle, burn it, put the pot on top, you know, the ceramic clay pot on top. It does produce heat. Okay. It works. It works. I'm not going to do that in here because I'd have to have like 6 little candles, put the clay pot on top, yada, yada, yada. And I don't want to do that in here. So, because I'm in a van. Maybe in an RV I'd like it better, but not here. So what I did is I bought this is called a space heater canned heat space heater. Look for it on Amazon. Canned heat space heater. It's in this box, so I'm not gonna, and I've given you a little preview of it. When you go to buy the cans, though, I'm going to start ordering them off of Amazon, I think. But here's the thing. I went over to Walmart, and the lady was not too knowledgeable about it because it wasn't her department. You know how you can't find somebody sometimes. And so she was like, well, she took me to the Sterno. You don't want the Sterno heater. So this is what it looks like when you get it. Now this says 6-hour canned heat Insta-Fire. And you do 3 of these. You're going to get this top off, which is no easy task. I kind of pried it until I could turn it. There's a chemical in there. Obviously, you're going to, have a hard time. So they can't have it like, oh, let's just unscrew it like a soda can or something or whatever. Or a soda jar. Whatever I'm trying to say. So this is Sterno Camping. It's made by the Sterno Company. Now, whether this stinks or not, this is what we're going to find out. But it's saying that it's supposed to be like what am I trying to say? It's supposed to be friendly to the environment. And I would hope I'm part of that environment. If these start stinking, that's going to drive me nuts. So, and I don't like the smell of Sterno. But it is a 6-hour, and these are the ones that are sold at Walmart. So they look like this, and you're going to do 3. The cans are all the same size, okay? You're going to put in 3 of them. Okay, like this. Let's try to see what it says. Wick canned heat. Yeah, that's right. 6-hour. Anyway, so they look like this. You're going to line the 3 of them up, light them, the fan will start going. The only mistake I made last night, and I didn't sleep too well, is because I pointed the thing towards me. So it was blowing on my face. And I'm like, I don't want anything blowing in my face. I don't care if it's heat or not heat. I don't want it blowing on my face. So, anyway, I'm going to find a different way to position it tonight. That'll happen when it happens. It's not happening now. So, but that's what's canned heat. I like this one so far the best. Has no smell. No fumes, no in here. So, it's fine. I didn't, And your van is not airtight. So, you do have air circulation. Obviously, I have a draft because that's why it's cold. And because I have a big enough draft, I'm not too worried about it. Okay? Now, if I ever start to feel weird or I notice something isn't right, then we're going to start cracking that window. But if I can avoid it, because I'm trying not to freeze to death, and there's a draft that comes from that front, the driver's part there, even though with the Reflectix and the good ones that I put in the window from that other company that I told you guys about, you're not sealed airtight. You know what I mean? You don't want to be sealed airtight. There's only a few things that are, and one of them is 6 feet under. So I don't want to do that. So we're good, and I'm going to go ahead and try it tonight. It worked beautifully. It never got below 60 in here. Between that and the heating blanket, I was hot. I actually got hot last night in here. But you know how they go like this with their blankets? That's what you said. Anyway, so I'm going to heat up this van until it gets to be about 70, 80 degrees. It is almost 65 now. No, sorry, almost 70. And then I will run it really high, move it, and go to the area I want to be in. The area I was in last night, like I said, was very nice, except it got noisy in the morning. I could have gotten up by 6 or 7 and gotten out of there, but I didn't really sleep good last night because it was the first night with this canned heat. And anything with fire, I'm going to be like, and I'm not used to it. So I'm going to be watching it like a little hawk. I would not do an electric heater off of the Jackery because it's going to use too much juice. So I'm just saying. So those are some tips for you. My potty, I mean, I'll talk about that another day. And it is a YEEU. Somebody asked me about. These are questions I had asked to me, so I'm trying to answer them. The YEEU, that's what it's called, a YEEU. There is a previous video on that, so if you want to see what the box looks like and what the actual thing looks like, please go back and look at that. I'm not going to pull everything out, especially right now anyway, and do it. As time goes on, if there's more questions, I don't mind. I'll tell you. Again, I'm here for you to help you. I wanted to make this video tonight specifically because I had a bunch of questions from people at work. There was an interest in the power banks. And you know what? If you're even in your house or your apartment, have at least one, even if you have a Jackery 1000. No, they're not cheap. On sale, it might be $600-700. I know, make payments if you have to, but the thing of it is you'll have it, and if anything goes wrong, say you want to take a trip and you want to sleep in your vehicle, well, you have it. But more importantly, if God help us, please God do help us, if the grid goes down, you will have a power bank that you can plug things into, and you will be able to have food, heat up food. You know, yes, you can have your candles, and yes, you can have other things, but at least, right, you'll have a way to survive even better. I know in Texas, when we had that horrific storm, I was there when that happened. I think it was the second year we were there, and my son had to come get me. I had no heat, everything was electric. So stove didn't work, refrigerator didn't work. My pipes did not freeze because we had opened up and just let drips of water coming out. Like they tell you to do, let it drip. Nothing burst. Some people had theirs burst anyway. Mine did not, thank God. I slept in my vehicle in the garage because I could run it like I'm running this. I kept my garage door open about that much. Some people say it wasn't the smartest thing. Look, I'd go sleep for 15 minutes, wake up, you know, I'd get it warm, turn the car off. As it would cool down, I'd wake up, turn the car on, run it 10, 15, turn it off, go to sleep. I didn't run it the whole night. So, because you don't want to, you know, have a problem. So, but if you're in that situation, I don't care if you're in California, if you're in Washington, if you're in Texas, if you're anywhere, I mean, our grid is eventually going to go down. I mean, they're saying how old it is and how bad it is. It's not going to last forever, y'all. So I know in Texas when it was so horrible and people passed because of, you know, that situation. Even kids, they didn't make it through. Now, my son came and got me because where they were, they had heat on for like 2 hours, and then the company would shut it off for an hour, and then they leave it on 2-3 hours and turn it off for an hour. It was intermittent. But like where I was, there was nothing, and there was nothing for a week. So say you had a Jackery 2000, you'd probably have it for a good week. If it goes into 2-3 weeks, you know, you might want to do the clay pot with the candles. But have that stuff, you know, prep a little bit ahead. Because I know my video is running long, but this is important. I don't want anything to happen to you. So use your head, prep ahead. Have the flashlights. You know, everybody talks about flashlights and batteries, but how many people actually go out and do it? There's dollar stores, there's Dollar Trees, there's, you know, these, you know, my little, where are they? Oh, I took it down. I took some of them down. My little chandeliers. These are little lanterns that are at Dollar Tree. Then I have the ones with the handles on them. Dollar Tree. The one that's behind me with the flip the thing, you know, the little Dollar Tree. on Walmart. I mean, they have them everywhere. But be ready. Please be ready. Now that the colder weather is coming, the weather is getting wonky. There are states right now that are predicted to get tornadoes. I don't know. Somebody asked about Mount Rainier this morning on a video. I do want to write back to them. They said, we hear that it's starting to shake again. Yes, she is. So Rainier will be silent, and then Rainier will start to, you don't feel it. But she will deep down in that mountain, because it's 16,000 feet, so it's deep down. Things are starting to rumble. So, and then they're trying to say, well, it's normal. Huh? So anyway, I don't know what's going to happen with that. That's in God's hands. Many things are in God's hands, but be as prepared as you can. Have your extra canned goods, all that stuff. I did all that. It's in my storage right now. So I can drive to my storage and get 3 cans of spinach, 4 cans of beans, you know, like 5 things of rice. I mean, if I wanted to, I could, and I could make it here. So that's why I'm saying, please have something. Because it's just, you know. Now, I'm going to close with this. Everything is in God's hands. Okay? The Lord made everything. Read Genesis. You know, on the first day, God made. On the second day, God made. On the third day, right? Look. God made everything. He is going to be in charge no matter what you say or what you do. You can say he doesn't exist. Okay, you can say that, but he knows he exists. Just saying. So, at any rate, he's in charge. Wouldn't you rather have somebody that made the entire universe in charge? That's in charge. Also help you and be in charge of some of your situations when you don't know what to do? The only reason why I'm bringing this up is, look, things are going wonky. I keep looking at the news feed. I keep looking at what just happened with that pastor. And, you know, it's not the first thing, right? Oh, see? I'm sorry, I just got an alert. That's why I leaned in. Pacific and Oregon. Power. See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Keep things charged ahead of time, because when things go, now that's not the time to go, how am I going to charge this? What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? Is it, you know, danger, danger, danger? For those of you who know that, Lost in Space, when that thing used to do that robot used to do that. Be ready ahead of time. And also be ready with God. Have Jesus in your life and heart. I'm going to say this so I'm blue in the face. This is the part, if you don't like it, there's an off button. Push the off button, and I'll say goodbye to you. Love you. Aloha, if you're going. No bad feelings, of course, but look, for those of you that stay and you've got to. You can't text me, call me, and have me save you. I can't save you. I help you the best I can, and that's all I can do. Like I said, I counsel. You're welcome to, you know, send me a message, go help me, or, you know, can I talk to you more in depth about blah, 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 whatever. Fine. But I still cannot, in your end moments, in your end times, and in the end times, I cannot save you. There's only one that can save you. One. And that will not be me. I just want to point you to the one who can. When you are despondent, discouraged, depressed, yeah, go pop a pill, they tell you. I took some of them crazy pills at one time in my life. It made me crazy. I didn't know where I was, okay? I drove down a one-way street the wrong way with my kids in the car. because I did not know what I was doing. I don't want no, I call them crazy pills. I don't want crazy pills because I was depressed and had anxiety. I quit those things. I really began to pray. I didn't need no pills after that. There were scares of precancer cells, cancer cells. We don't know what that is, kind of thing. Then the next time, it's all gone. We don't know where it went. Okay? I had somebody put their hands around my throat. I had marks on my neck. Try to strangle me. And all of a sudden just stopped. Who do you think that was? So, there's other things too, but, you know, I always, like people say, you always come out on top. That doesn't mean you're all happy after, like, oh, yay, hey, yeah. When you're walking around with, you know, handprints. But I will tell you that if it wouldn't have been for the Lord God Almighty, I would not be here breathing and talking to you. There were so many abuses as a child. There were it was, we're not going to go in depth, but I can tell you, yeah. So I've been through it, and that's why I feel for others as well, okay? This is one of the longest videos I've ever made. It's going to take me forever to upload it, but I will upload it tomorrow, and I'll get it on here for you. But please, know that Jesus is with you. He will help you. You have to get a Bible. Please, I'm going to beg you. This is a Good News Bible. It's predominantly New Testament, okay? There are the Psalms in the back, which comes out of the Old Testament. Psalms is one of my favorite books. So is Revelation. The point is, at least get something. But a true Bible. Don't be getting no, you know. Because there's Bibles out there that aren't, you know, from God, right? Be careful. Please be careful. Ask Jesus to be in your life and your heart. Repent of what you're doing. If you're doing bad stuff or wrong stuff or however you want to word it, Lord, I'm sorry that I did this. Please. I slip up too. I'm human just like you are. I'm not an android. I'm not a cyborg. I'm not a angel. By any means. So, look, we're all human. We're all going to mess up. God knows that. He knows you're going to mess up. Not like he's going, oh no, you just messed up. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? He's not running around going, I don't know what to do. Look, he already knows. So your job is to tell him you're sorry. Your job is to get it straight. Ask him to help you. Get him in your life and your heart. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't be like those people that they're on their last, with their last breath, and they're screaming, oh no, oh it's worse than I thought, or they, no, I don't want to go. You know, don't be like those. Be like the ones that are, like my mother said, when she was in the hospital, she only lasted 2 days in there, and she knew it was her time. And she literally said, come on, God, let's just get this over with. She didn't want to be here. She wanted to move on. My dad was so peaceful at that end time. Yeah. Wouldn't you rather go that way than be like, oh no, I'm scared where I'm going to go? Look, you see these stars? This represents the stars and the things out in outer space above my head. I have them here for a reason. God made all that. The entire universe. Do you know anybody that could do that? Because I surely do not. Big Bang Theory? To me, that's just the name of that sitcom. Which, by the way, was a good one. But Big Bang Theory, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. All this stuff that you see. The patterns, the things in the sky. Yeah. And what if God used that in his favor to make that? So there you go. Wouldn't he be in charge of that too? We're going to have a big bang over here. Get ready. You know, because he chose it to happen. That doesn't mean it just happened by itself. Anyway. Do that. Get together with Jesus. Start talking to him. And with that said, I'm going to get off here because it's a much longer time than I thought I was going to be. And I bet you Target is closed. And here I am. The lone little vehicle down here. Anyway, it is getting warmer. It is now definitely 70. I'm going to blast it to make it 80, and then I'll turn it off when I get to where I'm going. But you're going to be okay. You are going to be okay. But you have to have the one that knows how to fix it. I will guide you. I will help you. I'm here for you. But he is there for you 24/7. I will have to at some point go to sleep. I will at some point have to be indisposed, as they say. I will have to go take a shower. I will have to do my hair. I'll have to whatever. God's not running around going, I got to do my hair. I got to, take a shower. I don't think he's too worried about that. But he is worried about you. Because he loves you. Get to know him, please. And help one another and love one another as he loves you. Because he sure does love you. With that said, I'm going to get off of here. I know this is going to take a long time to download and to send the file over and blah, blah, blah. That might be a few hours, but that's okay. This was important. So I'm going to get off of here. Thank you so much. So aloha nui loa. Love you much. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for listening. And another time, go ahead and share this out. Let people know. Hey, I heard this lady say that you can use this and this and this and this. Maybe we should do that. What do you think? Start a discussion. And maybe help each other, get stuff together. I'll buy 3 cans of spinach this week if you buy 3 cans of beans, extra ones. We'll trade. Whatever it takes. All right. And in the meantime, your relationship with God, with Jesus, is going to be your relationship. Once you have that, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. And don't let them try. All right, guys. So my usual, aloha, because it means both hello and goodbye. So we're never really apart. So aloha and shalom. May God bless you and your family and your friends and even your little animals. Just like my little starlet over here who's trying to sneak up here again. All right. So from me and from Miss Lola, let's see if I can get her on the screen. Are you going to be there? Let's see. Can people see you? I don't know which way I'm pointing the thing, There you go. Are you there? Yeah, you're there. You're so cute. Can you see her? I hope you can. Anyway, we're going to get off of here and wish you the very best. You'll see me in the next video. Or possibly Miss Lola. There she is. There she is. See how she's trying to sneak up? She was on the other side of the bed. Back. Get back to where you belong. Back. Back. I'm such a mean mom. Thank you. I love you. But you have to go on your side, baby. Eventually I have to get in bed. And I don't want to be, trying to get in the bed with her over there. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. Oh, by the way, what's the name? Raymond Reddington. I got it right. I think I said Red Reddington yesterday, and I was like, what am I doing? Blacklist. James Spader, I think is the guy's name. I hope I said that right. You can contact me and correct me if you want. Fine. Really nice person. He's an intelligent man. I really love his acting. Just reminds me of Anthony Hopkins. And Anthony Hopkins is a legend. So this guy kind of reminds me of that. Just so down to earth. Anyway. So just want to put that plug in. Go on Netflix, Blacklist. There was 10 seasons. You'll be busy for a while. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. And we're going to prepare for tonight. It's going to get colder in the 30s. So, Jesus help us. And that's just like that. Jesus, please help us. He knows. He knows what's going on. All right. Let me know if there's anything that you want to discuss or you want me to discuss or whatever. If you're not nice, I'm not going to answer you. So there. I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to try to defend myself. This is who I am, what I'm doing, and what I believe in here, as well as in here. I want to be singing with the angel choir, not trying to do stop, drop, and roll down below. That don't work down there. Just saying. All right, love y'all. We'll see you in the next video. It's going to take me a minute to get this up. A little long tonight. That's okay. Hopefully you got some good information out of it. And hopefully I've inspired you. So I will talk to you guys soon. Love you all. And see you in the next video. Aloha and shalom, my friends. Bye for now.